Hi, what I'll be reviewing today is a meat mincer from Royal Catering. Great device for any place that does a lot of meat mince, but not only, minced vegetables as well. So like butcheries, meat shops, supermarkets, and also great for restaurants that serve burgers on the menu. It is a very robust and, as you can see, professional design. So it's meant rather for commercial use rather than home. It's slightly too big for home. If it comes to efficiency, with 850 watts, it does 120 kilograms of meat in an hour, so quite a lot. So let's start with all the technicalities. The construction is all stainless steel and anodized aluminium. Which makes for a very robust and solid package. It is quite heavy. In most devices this is a disadvantage, but if it comes to like slices and meat minces, it's actually a good thing because it doesn't move on the bench, and when you're doing 120 kilograms of meat in an hour, you don't want to muck around, you just want to mince that meat as quickly as possible, so it needs to be solid on the workbench in order to be safe. One cool thing is, actually one thing to remember is, with this device you have to remember to lubricate it every now and then. It depends on how much you are working with this device. So before you start the device the first time, it's always good to check the oil level. So there's this all cap screw. You basically use a flathead screwdriver to unscrew it. If you look inside, if you see oil, that's all you need. If you don't see any oil, you can use any food grade oil, just a few drops in it for the gears to be lubricated and for them to work properly. Few cool features I want to mention. First of all, if it comes to working with meat or any type of food, the cleaning factor is an important one. So you need to be able to quickly disassemble the machine, clean all the parts that come in touch with food, sanitize them, and make the machine ready for its next service, for its next use. So with this machine, as you can tell, I already started, it is quite easy. So you can basically unscrew this little locking screw, which releases the meat tray. So let's put it just there. Then you can use this knob, locking knob. You just unscrew it as well, which releases the whole collar. And that's actually quite cool because that's basically all the parts that come in touch with the minced meat, except for this neck here. So this needs to be sanitized as well, but all the parts where, not dirt, all the meat and minced meat accumulates, you can take out. Afterwards, you just take this locking screw out, which gives you access to the auger unit and leaves you with this collar, the mincing head, let's call it. So all these parts are nice cast steel. You have in this set 2 mincing discs, one with the larger eyes, one with the smaller eyes. Of course, on the auger there's this blade. All the parts, as I said, cast steel, so really nice solid block of metal. There's nothing that can go wrong with that. As easy as it is to disassemble, so easy it is to reassemble. So basically all you have to do is just place this mincing unit, the head, in this position. There's this lug that fits in this notch. You just click it in, screw it in just slightly for now, and then you can insert the auger back in. Need to find the proper position, it needs to be pushed all the way back. Then you place the blade. Always when you're placing the blade, place it with the blade towards the disc, right? So it cuts off all the sinew, cartilage, meat fibers and so on. So you just place it right there. There's only one position it can fit in. And then you have to choose the mincing disc. So as I mentioned in the set, you're getting 2. For a finer mince, you're using the smaller eyes. For a rougher mince, you're using the big one. If you wish to have a finer mince, even though this machine is very, very efficient and powerful, I recommend starting with the larger eyes and then doing the second mince with the smaller eyes, just so that the machine doesn't clog up. Well, even if it does, there's a special mechanism, and I get to that in a second. But while the resistance is slightly smaller and you achieve better results. Of course, you can start with a smaller disc, but then you're running into a risk that the machine will clog up, especially when you work with especially sinewy meat, like, you know, brisket or, well, I don't know, neck maybe. Or you're using, like, you know, for utilizing offcuts and rests with cartilage and so on. It's always better to start with the larger ones. So I'll do that for now. There's this lug here. It fits in the notch right there. So you need to align it just like that. Place the collar on it, screw it in, and once you screw it in really tightly, but not too tight, then you can tighten up this notch here. Just place the food tray on top, tighten down the screw just to make sure it doesn't wobble around. You don't need to be too tight, just to lock it in position. And now you're basically ready to work. So let me just show you this device in action. I showed you the controls as well. Let me just put the glove on. And right, down to controls. And there's a couple. So you have the basic on and off switch with the reverse gear on it. So the reverse gear is when something gets stuck in the mincing head. So instead of disassembling the whole thing, you can just press the reverse gear. This will sort of get everything back in the tube, and, well, you can mince it again. It should go again. So basically, you can see these two switches. That's the proper safety. So first you need to press the green button, then it will start working when you switch it to on. And of course you have an emergency stop button. So should anything happen, just click it and the machine stops. In order to turn the machine on again, you have to push the green one again. And of course the reverse button. So when it's pressed on green, you just push it forward, so it will jump back up, so you can reverse all the meat that's already in the mincing unit. All right, so let's do some mincing. As you can tell, I've already pre-cut some meat. It's a beef brisket. It's always better to cut it down, even though it is a very powerful unit, but still it sort of speeds up the whole work. And as you can see, I don't need a pusher. That is, by the way, included in the set. I just drop it in and the machine does its job. I mean, look how effortlessly it goes. You don't need to push it in at all, just by gravity itself. It goes through. Once you've packed a little bit too much, you can use the pusher, or the peso as they call it, just to motivate it down the shaft. And that's pretty much it. That's what the machine does. All right, let me just turn it off. And I can stress enough, I mean, like, it is this really powerful, and it will get the job done. I mean, it will literally turn gravel into sand. That's how powerful it is. I can recommend for any place that minces a lot. But if you're looking for a meat mincer, just have a look at the website. There's a variety of these machines on offer, smaller, larger ones with different configurations and stuff like that. So you'll definitely find the one that you need for your venue. All the mincers come with a 3-year warranty. That speaks for itself, right? And they will be delivered to you in a really sturdy cardboard box with lots of packaging material in it, like styrofoam and bubble wrap, with a really tight fit. So it took me a while to take it out of the box, believe me. So it will stay on its journey to your place. Also inside you will find this instruction manual. Please have a read. There's a lot of useful information on how to start the device for its first time, how to clean, how to maintain it, how to operate it, and so on. So definitely a good read. So If you found this informative, just leave me a comment in the comment section. Remember, I'm your hands-on expert to test these devices, so let me know what you want to see and I'll do it for you. I thank you guys very much for watching and I see you next time.